Good morning, everybody. I have the first card for you today in our online card class for June 2022. And I love this card. I think it's so pretty. I love anything that shakes or moves or has motion. With this card, you might have to hand deliver it because it's got the bottle on there and it's a little bit thick. So I am going to look at Hollows and see if they have any envelopes that would fit these, and if they do, I will send you one. But what I used for this, I'm going to show you real quick, is I used the Bottled Happiness bundle. And you get the punch, and then the stamp set is really pretty. And it has the clear photopolymer stamps so that when you are, if you just stamp the bottle and then you want to do your flowers, you can see exactly where the neck of the bottle is so that you can stamp it right up to it. But I haven't used my stamps yet. I can't wait to use them. I had to make this one for class. I just thought it was so pretty. So we used this bundle, and then I also used the Quiet Meadow, and I used the dies. I used these two dies right here. But isn't this a pretty set? You get a whole lot of flowers, and I've made a lot of cards with these already. They're so pretty. So I do keep my dies with the stamp set that it goes with, and if you mark on it, you can mark on it dies, but you know, if you make a copy of the picture, then you know that your dies are with your stamp set. I tend to lose mine. I also use the Timber 3D embossing folder. I use the brushed butterflies and my water painters. Then these are so pretty. They're effervescent elements. I'm not going to say that 3 times fast, but look how pretty they are. The colors, they just reminded me of water. Just so pretty. So I did send you some of those of your own, and you don't have to fill up the whole bottle. I just put some down in the bottom, and then, you know, you have your designer series paper behind it, which, you know, gives you the illusion of water. Then I used a linen thread, and I'm going to show you how to tie this double bow. But I used Craft Whisper White ink, Polished Pink, Soft Succulent, and Fresh Freesia. So let me show you how to tie this bow. I know you can do it. I can hear you saying no, but it is. It's easy. So I gave you a pretty good piece of twine for each bow. And what you want to do is you want to take your piece of twine. This one might be a little bit longer. I forgot to leave one for myself that was the same size as yours, but hopefully you can do this. So what you want to do is you want to line up your 2 pieces. You double it, so then you'll have a double bow. And then you just want to make a bunny ear. So make your bunny ear and pinch it, and then wrap it around. Then you want to bring it through the bottom and tie. So then you're going to adjust it. Give it a good pull. And then what you want to do is you want to cut this where it's doubled, and then you have your tails right like that. Cute. Love it. It was simple, right? I know you can do it. Let me know. Let's put those to the side. We're going to use it, and you'll just attach that with a glue dot. Okay, so here are the pieces, and you're going to have to do a little bit of surgery. I hope you think it's fun. I thought it was fun. So you need something sharp, either your sharp pair of scissors, or you take your pick tool, but I like these Stampin' Up! Scissors. They are just wickedly sharp. So what you want to do is you want to come down through the top. Be careful. Don't poke yourself. Ask me how I know. So just poke it down through the top. And this plastic is a little tough, so take your time. And then just poke it down in. And you want to create a place for your flowers to be. So what I did is I took my time and I just put my scissors all the way down as far as they will go. And then if you just get in there and take the top out of the bottle, then it gives you room for your flowers. So you can come in through the back after you create your hole and just snip this away. Okay, just be careful, you don't want to poke yourself. And then, just take your time. You want to peel that plastic up so you can get to it without taking away your adhesive, and create a place for your flowers, And if you don't want to do it and you have a hubby, say, here, honey. A X-Acto knife would be good too. You just want to make sure that you have room for the flowers to go in, because that's just what makes it. So just put your scissors in there. Okay, so now it's time to operate on your flowers. So you want to take the parts that are sticking out off so it goes down into your bottle really easy, because that's what the fun part is. So just take off anything that sticks out, like this big piece right here. Just take it off, and do all this before you do your watercoloring. I want this one to go down in as far as possible. So let's give them some color. Let's get this out of the way. And you're going to use your water painters, your blends, whatever you want to use. And like I said, I use fresh freesia. This here. Soft succulent. This over here. I'm going to do the soft succulent first. So I always get a little tissue so that I can keep the excess water. I don't want it to be too wet. So let's put this over here and get out our water painter. So give it a little squeeze. You don't want too much water to come out. I don't want it to be too wet. And this time I'm going to make it a little bit darker. The first one I did, it wasn't very dark at all. So set that up there out of the way. And I always put a piece of paper over in case I get it too wet. I don't want to ruin my table. So this is pretty easy. If you don't have soft succulent, just use another color of green that you like. And then I forgot to pop that little piece out. There might be a little piece in there, so you want to pop that out. Okay. Put it there. And then just color. Yeah, I like that green. That's going to show up a lot better. So let's get some more for the other stem. Do it while I have it out. And you just, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's watercoloring. Just color those in. I do like it darker. It makes it pop. There's a little sticking out. This one, it's a little hard to tell because the flowers are in with the stems pretty close. So I'm going to tell you right now, go ahead and snip that top piece off because you don't want it sticking over your top of your card. And if you need to, snip it some more when you put it in. See how far it comes up, because this one is a really tall piece. Let's get the green off of there. Just squeeze your barrel, and that way you're ready for the next color. And there might be some little pieces in here. Just take your pick tool, pop them out. And that way you get the full effect. It's so pretty. Okay, let's get some fresh freesia. It's a pretty color, isn't it? It reminds me of the purple posy that we had that never quite got it right, so we didn't bring it back. So this is a good replacement for that if you like the purple posy. I loved it. I just thought it was such a soft, pretty color. So let's just put some, and if you have the purple posy blends and you want to use them, it's a good color if you don't have this fresh freesia yet. I think it's so pretty. I might have to come back in with my green and fill in a little bit more. So I think I'm done with the purple posy. I'm going to get it out of the way. So let's bring in the polished pink. Oh, isn't this a pretty color? I love polished pink. If you're not a fan of pink, just use an orange or another color, because with this one, it doesn't really matter what color of the flowers that you use. It's just whatever you like. And of course, you know I love pink. Pink is such a beautiful color. Gives it that messy Monet look, I think. Isn't that pretty? Very nice. I like it. Okay, let's come back in with just a little bit more of that green and fill in. That's a good thing. You can come back in. If you need a little bit more of the green, come back in. After you get your flowers, you can tell if you're missing, you know, your stems. So just come back in and color them in. I think it's kind of relaxing to color, you know, like this, because it's not, you don't have to be perfect with it. Just have fun. Messy. I love messy techniques, as you might know. So have fun. Okay, so we're going to let those dry just a second. Get these out of the way, get them all covered up. Then take your Craft White, Whisper White ink, and what you're going to do, get these out of the way, is you're going to take your piece, and I always think that barnwood siding should be blue with white highlights, so, you know, in my world, this is what barn siding looks like to me. If you don't like it, you know, just don't do this step, but I just think it really pops out the grain in the wood, and it looks like an old barn. If I ever have a barn, that's the color my barn's gonna be. Not red, blue. For Haley. Haley would love it. So what you want to do is just let this dry a second, and then you're going to take your bottle that you have cut the top out of, and if you see that it needs any more taken out of it, just go ahead and, you know, take some more out of it. But hopefully this will work. So I always put the tall one in the back, and that goes down pretty good. Then you want to bring this one in. You want to see how they fit in the bottle before you glue anything down. Ooh, isn't that pretty together? That looks really good. So we know that they fit. Just be careful. We want to peel the top layer off. So it has adhesive on the top and on the back. Oops, sorry guy. So what you want to do is you want to peel the top off. Just take your pick tool, take that top layer off, and then turn it down and then bring it down over top of it. Alright. So then take your bone folder and just press it down around the edges so that adhesive is attached really well. So just give it a crease. Do it really well at the top too, so that you have your spot there for your flowers to go in. So then on the back, you want to do the same thing, but first you want to take your pretty little effervescent elements that I gave you, and I gave you enough for 2. This should be enough for 1, and you want to just pour them in here. It doesn't need a whole lot. Oops. And they do like to jump around. They will jump out of there given a chance. So just put them back in. I'm going to put it back in here. Okay, get this out of the way. Bring in my glue. Get these all out of the way so we don't have a mess. I'm going to need my pick tool. So inside you have a little piece that's going to fit over your bottle. And all you need to do is decide, do you want the dark or the light? I like the light. So what you want to do, be careful with this step because those little guys will pop out on you. So just take your pick tool, get it underneath, pull it off, and then just take this and put it over top of it. And it makes it so much easier to glue this down to your card front. So then you can turn it over and then you can stick your flowers in. So you just want to stick those in. See, it looks like it's down in the water. Cool. So you do want to glue these down a little bit. Not a whole lot because I don't like, I like it to have some movement still. So just put a little bit of glue. And like, this glue doesn't take a whole lot. So what you want to do is you just want to put a little glue on it and stick that back down in there as far as it will go. And then press that down. And see, I'm going to have to take some more off the top. You don't want that to come off the top because you don't want it to stick over your card. So unfortunately that little guy had to go, but it's still pretty. This one is just about making sure that you have it, down below the top of the card. So then you just want to add some glue to the back of this one. Glue it down a little bit. Maybe off to the side a bit. Pretty. Love it. So then just press it down. And then you want get your butterflies and your rhinestones. And if you wanted to color your rhinestones a different color, you could do that. If you want to give them a little color. Here's some pale papaya. And all you do is you just take your blends and you just color them. Just gives them a little bit of added color, and the centers are usually yellow anyway, so I think this is a good color for them. And then you just pick them up, pick tool, and pop them in the center of your flowers. One here, and let's put one over here. Oops. Not on your finger. There we go. And you want to do the same with your butterflies. They already have the adhesive on them. Just want to pop them on there. One up here. Oops. Pops around before you know it. And then one more butterfly. The rule of threes, right? So then let's attach this. This is another piece of that paper. It reminds me of the paint pouring. So pretty. You can use either side, but I like the darker side. You know, it's whatever you like. Put enough glue on it to hold it. So pretty. So then you just put it on your card front. And this card front is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And if you don't want the white reveal on there like this, just take and cut that extra piece off with your paper trimmer before you glue this part down. It's kind of cute with the white. But just in case, you know, you want it to look exactly like the one that I did and show you a picture. Just take all I do is I take my trimmer and I just trim it. Just put it in at 4. Trim. I love this paper trimmer. I do go through a lot of blades though when I use it for my card classes, because I use a lot of paper. And then just put your glue on the back side of this. Glue it down. And another good thing about cutting your card base down to 4 is it gives you extra room in the envelope. Put this in there. So then you just want to get a glue dot and put your ribbon on. I do want to hear if you had any trouble with your ribbon or if you enjoyed it. I hope that this card was fun and you enjoyed doing the surgery on the bottle and on your flowers. I hope that it wasn't frustrating for you. I thought it was fun. Isn't that pretty? It just adds so much. The finishing touch. So let me know what you think. I hope you liked it. And if you have any questions, if I've forgotten anything in your card kit, let me know and I'll send it to you. I hope I didn't, but sometimes that does happen. So I will talk to you soon. I'll be back with the other 2 cards. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.